Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked? To your show, Bella Verita. Thank you, everybody, for being here on Fun Friday. Excellent job. G Money, how are you guys? Thank you for being here on Fun Friday. It's August. It's the summer. Things are happening, and you're here with us. We're grateful and want to meet you. Gina, who do we have?
Sean, we have a baseball playing Atlanta-based attorney. He represents the most fun professionals, lawyers, insurance agents, and he's also an expert witness. Welcome, Kim Jackson, to The Real Raw.
That's a baseball playing attorney. Uh-oh, what do we got going on here?
I don't know what we got going on there. Kim, talk to us. What's the baseball thing, man?
Oh, I played baseball into my late 30s, and Atlanta has a big amateur baseball organization, and so softball was never my thing. I grew up, I played baseball through high school, I played college football, and then when I moved to Atlanta and I coached baseball for a while, and I got in shape and was like, I really miss baseball, and and then I realized that Atlanta had a huge amateur baseball community, so I played for several years. Got pretty good, and then had kids and decided that my weekends needed to be with them instead of 6-hour baseball games.
Nice. Understood. And where'd you play college football?
Wabash College in Indiana, a small school.
Nice. And what position did you play?
Defensive tackle.
Oof. I like it. And what is your fun fact as if those things are not fun enough?
Well, I've worked on becoming a foodie during the pandemic so that I can lose weight and eat well at the same time, and have been fairly successful at that. And I think that my profession is such that I get to tell people all the time that I represent everybody's favorite groups and organizations. I represent lawyers and insurance companies.
Nice.
So, but then my skin has gotten pretty thick over here.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to The Real Raw on Fun Friday.
Thank you.
G Money.
Next, we have criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor from Brooklyn, New York, Sean and Bella. He's has 2 podcasts out, and he also does media appearances. And what do you do when you don't have enough on your plate, Sean Callaghy?
Surf giant waves of pre-hurricane.
and open up an estate planning division. Welcome, Gilbert Harris, to The Real Raw.
I need him. What do I need him for exactly?
He's a criminal defense attorney.
What are you trying to frame me for something? Why would I? Because I don't know that I've committed any crimes yet. And if you know that I did that, you guys are hearing this. If he's thinking I committed a crime, don't you think I'm being framed?
Do you want me to really start testifying against you? All right, Gilbert. So Gilbert, welcome to the party. And what is your fun fact, my friend? Besides the fact that Bella needs you to represent her. Besides that fun fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Fun fact, I have not so fun and fun fact. Fun fact, I share the foodie interest with Kim, my fellow attorney there. You know, I definitely love food and love to cook. I have multiple sclerosis, I have MS. So
Wow.
constantly looking for ways to deal with the anti-inflammation issues there. And, you know, the avid reader and love the movies. So, you know, podcasting would be my biggest hobby.
Oh, that's awesome, Gilbert. And what's your favorite movie?
Wow, I'd have to say off the top, either Scarface, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or Gandhi. I picked one of them.
Say hello to my little friend. Gilbert, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate you. We're gonna have some fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gina, come on now, Gina. Stop laughing. You have work to do, Gina.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about your little friend, Sean. Your little friend.
Come on.
Super successful man. He started in biotech. He also owned a coffee shop, but then he decided that wasn't enough. So he spent 30 years in real estate financing, 12 and a half as private equity, and has closed 1.5 billion and 8 billion in total with his group of 4. Welcome, Tom Conley, coming to us from Fernley, Nevada.
From where in Nevada?
Wow, I love that intro.
Tom, where in Nevada are you from?
Well, I'm currently, excuse me, I'm currently living in Fernley, which is 30 miles east of Reno.
Nice. Okay, great. Awesome, Tom. Well, thank you for being here. And how about, here's a quick question. So we're impressed by the billions, but I have a more important question.
Yeah.
More important question. Right. This will be either impressive or super not impressive. Right. So did you have a coffee shop where you served like real coffee, or you had one of these like, you know, modern day frappa, maca, macchiato, like things that Bella Verita drinks? Like which
Right.
one?
I had neither. I had espresso carts, and so I had contracts at a couple of places in the San Francisco Bay Area, and these things were mobile. So I would do special events, and also I had one of them for a long time that was just stationary in one spot, and I'd move it in and out every day. It had an espresso machine on it that had a tank on it. You know, I made espresso the right way, if you will. So.
Yeah, I'm hearing like a lean towards the frappa, maca, macchiato crowd.
Yeah, that's right. I did that, and I had a little thingy in the front of my cart showing people what the difference was between a macchiato and.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is one of your friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this was high end stuff, arguably. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not giving you. So can I share a fun fact about coffee, Tom?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
I've never had a cup of coffee in my entire life.
No.
Yes.
Isn't that heartbreaking?
Yes, it is. So Tom, thank you so much for being here. And do you have
Wait, what would happen if I like held you down and like poured coffee like down your throat? Like it wouldn't be hot coffee, but like maybe it's like cold. Like what would happen? Could you imagine Sean on coffee?
No. I would rather be held down under a 10-foot double overhead wave with a great white pursuing me than that happens. That is absolutely true. Yes. So,
Well, I'll tell you this. Here's a fun fact. You know, given my propensity for caffeine, in October of last year, I stopped drinking coffee.
And why is that?
why am I the only person applauding?
Well, you know, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, caffeine, I did molecular biology and genetics in college. And so I was very geeky on the molecular interactions that we have within our body. And caffeine, the structure of caffeine highly mimics normal chemicals that our body naturally makes. So it fits into receptors within our cellular bodies perfectly. That's why it's so addictive. because it's so natural, right? It just fits right in. And so once you start doing caffeine, it's so easy to stay with it. And so I was a fiend, a huge fiend. So
excellent. So, well, Tom, thank you for being here, and
thank you.
You're sharing a moment of inspiration for Bella Verita, Gina Ricci, and Nicole Maiello on their Frappa Macchiato like world of coffee. So, thank you, Tom, truly for being here. Gina.
This gentleman next up, Sean Callaghy, moved his family 11 years ago from Australia to the US to be the distributor for his European manufacturing, building, and designing construction systems. So he has a small goal, Sean. What do you think his goal is of how many homes he wants to build per year?
2.5.
A few more than that. Add a few zeros, at least 20,000 homes per year. Welcome Nathan Mashman to the Real Rock.
Nathan, we love our Aussie friends. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Sean.
Excellent. Spoken like a true Aussie. I love this.
Sean.
Yes, we have dear friends from there, including Rebecca Keat, world champion triathlete. So Nathan, thank you for being here today. What is your fun fact?
Ooh, fun fact. I should have rehearsed this. I am obsessed with 80s synth pop and contemporary UK dance music. But that's in my personal time, whichever of that I have left after children and work. So yeah.
So Nathan, throw us some 80s pop stars that would resonate with you.
I like all the UK stuff. So I like Depeche Mode, and I like Human League, and I like Heaven 17, kind of those synth pop bands.
Were you listening to Depeche Mode and Human League back in your, interesting high school work?
Depeche Mode, yes. I don't know what Human League is, but Depeche Mode for sure.
Yeah. Wasn't Human League Don't You Want Me Baby? Was that
Don't You Want Me Baby?
Yes.
That is right.
Nice job.
Wow, impressive.
Yes, excellent. So thank you for that, Nathan.
Don't you want me, baby?
This is what I have to deal with every day, ladies and gentlemen. So Nathan.
My ears turning red.
Totally. I love it, Bella.
16 and win.
Yes. So Nathan, thank you for being here today. We're gonna have some fun, of course.
Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want
Is
me,
anybody
baby?
employment harassment and discrimination attorney? Please, thank you. Nathan, wonderful having you here today. Gina, who do we have to roll? Our new incredible friend.
Okay. This is a fun-loving man, Mr. Derek Johnson. He's a people connector in the blockchain space, but hold on, Sean. Why? Because people love and respect him. And despite all the naysayers, he held tight to it. After having a stroke and going blind and losing his hearing, he was diagnosed with, and he was diagnosed with 35 tumors in his brain. He did what he could do to find $1,000 to take his venture in blockchain to the next level, to a real level, he said. And today employs over 4,000 people in Nigeria and in a couple of other countries. And their personal success stories are what keep him going. Welcome, Derek Johnson, to the Real Rock.
Wow.
Do you want him, baby?
Derek, please ignore her. Derek, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you here. What is your fun fact, my friend? By the way, just unbelievable. I have the privilege, I am blind, and I have the privilege of being on the American Foundation for the Blind's board. It's our 100th anniversary. I'm co-chair of the 100th anniversary gala, opening up Helen Keller's time capsule, of course, the inspirational figure who's both blind and deaf, raised incredible amounts of money, launched the AFB. So truly present to your story and what you've overcome. Derek, thank you for being here. And what's your fun fact, man?
My fun fact, Sean, is that I am a diehard Eagles fan.
Like Philadelphia Eagles? Or
Philadelphia Eagles, yes.
Like so, as in Randall Cunningham and Ron Jaworski and
Ron Jaworski, yes, all of them.
I love this program. Amazing. And like who's the receiver? Harold Carmichael. Look at this. Deep cuts, Bella Verita. Come on. Just a fountain of trivial knowledge.
Do you want him, baby?
Yes. So there. Unbelievable job. So love the Philadelphia Eagles. And what are you also like a Philadelphia Phillies fan? Are you from
Philadelphia Phillies, 76ers, Flyers.
All
Yes,
right.
I was born and raised in Philadelphia.
All
Can't
right,
you
so
tell?
may I share there my fun fact from my childhood? When
Yes.
I became like Robin Hood. Like Bill Reed, do you know what Robin Hood is famous for?
Tights.
Okay. Derek,
Robbing from the rich and giving to the poor.
yes, absolutely. And what was his weapon of choice? Do we know what his weapon of choice was besides his tights, Bill Reed?
It was the bow and arrow.
Yes, the bow and arrow. So my fun fact was that I was 9 years old and learning to shoot a bow and arrow with my dad. And we had nothing better for a target than, since we were Met fans who couldn't stand the Phillies, than putting Greg Luzinski on the cover of Sports Illustrated the week before. We made him our target on the middle of the bullseye. And so I pulled back and I launched an arrow perfectly hitting Greg Luzinski in his tights. And that was my dad's favorite arrow shot of my life. And he, from that moment on, called me Robin Hood because I had effectively, disabled Greg Luzinski. So that is a fun fact from my Philadelphia Philly brother and friend. So Derek, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
G Money.
Sean Callaghan, it's the influence sorceress that is here with us today. Don't you? I was going to say this. Yeah.
So I do not know. I do not know whether the 5-foot pre-hurricane waves that I've been smacked around with all day today and literally leave me buzzed and busy at this moment, or are like more challenging,
Or sitting next to me,
or is Bella Verita. So that's the thing. So this amazing woman, heart-centered, truly crazy, right? And probably in need of a criminal defense attorney.
No way.
Yes. So did start selling crafts on our front lawn as an 8-year-old and progressed to being 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, became something extraordinary and unique. Not only the youngest business broker in the state of Nevada to become #1, but the first woman at the age of 24, #1 business broker at 24 years old in the great state of Nevada. She is now the chief talent influence sorceress, CEO, president of Align Talent, sourcing, marketing, and sales talent, speaking on stages, including with just recently Lee Steinberg, the actual Jerry Maguire out in Las Vegas, the one, the only, crazy, loving, powerful, and amazing Bella Verita. Bella, what is your fun fact besides the fact that you turn me 18 shades of purple each day?
My fun fact today. Sometimes I have things going on, and sometimes I gotta think of things, and sometimes I gotta just keep rambling until I think of something that is a fun fact.
That is your fun fact
That
today?
that is my fun fact today. That I think I'm rambling to find my fun fact. I would like to know, since we're talking foodie situation,
Yeah.
Sean,
Yes.
who are you?
How is your fun fact something about me?
Because I will share my fun fact. I'm curious for you. What is the most outrageous, out of the box foodie thing that you've ever tried in your box? Very square box.
I think I tried a bite of lobster once.
What? That's it?
Yes. Yeah. My favorite restaurant besides Capitol Grill for just steak and mashed potatoes is TGI Fridays, or the Chicken, the Egg in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. Yes. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So
And pizza, lots of pizza. Yeah.
So you would not try octopus?
No way.
You wouldn't try like chocolate covered crickets?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Oh, all right. Well, that's my fun fact.
You had octopus and chocolate crickets?
I've had octopus and chocolate crickets.
Yes, that is like completely gross. So congratulations on that. Thank you very much.
And alligator too. Have you ever had alligator?
No, I like alligators. And we have an Aussie here, and his friends are like crocodiles. So like that's close enough to an alligator. That
He's shaking his finger no.
Yeah. Oh dear. So maybe he was friends with Steve Irwin. Yes. And Bindi just had a baby. Bindi Irwin just had a baby. Yes. Wow. Just a fun fact. So Gina Ricci, love you. Thank you for being here as you launch us into the multiverse, full of trivia, fun, magic. But we're about to get down and get real right now, because what's at stake after the fun energy is truly the future of everything, because everything starts after the superpower of integrous influence begins. in our marketing, in our selling, in our managing, in our leading, in our fundraising for profit for non. And that's the game we're playing here. So Bella, are you ready to get down?
Let's do this.
All right, who's going first? Thank you,
Wait,
G-Money.
ciao, guys. Thank you.
Mwah, love you.
And see you later. Well, I think I'm going to go with my fellow foodie, Mr. Kim Jackson.
All right, Kim. Bella will be anybody you want her to be. This is all about going from hello to yes with integrity, not like pitching, not hooking, not closing. If pitching, hooking, closing loses to truly having heart-centered connection, open listening, conveying and revealing truth, and moving forward with an agreement. So it's like that. So what's a yes that would matter to you in the world? Bella Verita will be that avatar. Maybe it's an ideal client. Maybe it's something else. But Kim, who would you like Bella Verita to be? And going from hello to yes with her.
All right, Bella, you're going to be a pension lawyer.
A what kind of lawyer?
Pension.
Pension.
Yes.
All right. And
I thought it was like pension lawyer.
Kim, can you please help me? Help me. Call the police or something. Thank you.
Yeah, those things that used to be quite common but are now quite rare, employment pensions.
Yeah.
The lawyer's being sued for legal malpractice because of an issue that's come up with the union. And he's interviewing me to talk about whether I might defend his legal malpractice case. Your major concern is that I'm not a pension lawyer or not a labor and employment lawyer. That's not what people in my firm do. And so, the conversation is going to be, are you the right person to defend this kind of case?
Amazing. So Bella Verita, you are a pension lawyer getting sued for malpractice. I love this. Are you ready?
And then
So you're interviewing this fine gentleman to see if he's going to be your lawyer defending you because you're getting sued for screwing up the pension. You may have been hanging out with mobsters. They may have been like sliding a few dollars in cash under the table. You may have made a few risky investments in like crypto because your friends were like rolling in it. You might have been coming back from a plant medicine trip and heard a great tip on some IT thing that was a Ponzi scheme. One of those like typical Bella Verita days.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Take us in.
Hello, Kim, it's Bella.
Hi, Bella.
How
So
are you?
What's happening with your situation, Bella? Why are we here?
Yeah, we are here. I am obviously, run into situation. Why are you taking my phone?
Because I'm going to check your text messages.
Excuse me. Why my boss starting to take my phone here? So I got into a situation where I am, made some, bad moves, bad investments, and now I'm not sure where to go.
All right. So your client has made a claim for legal malpractice against you, it looks like. Is that right?
That could be correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And first thing we want to do is obviously we want your carrier involved. You have probably E&O insurance. Do you know your E&O insurance?
I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that I would recommend as your attorney, if you decide to hire me here, is I would get the claim made with your E&O insurance. And we want to make sure that that's done promptly because of the way coverage works with E&O insurance. You've got to provide notice as soon as you're aware of the claim. So we get that done, and then we can talk about, our strategies for defense in this case.
Hey, Kim, can you kind of just, I'm really nervous with the situation. And can you tell me kind of just like maybe what some things you've done in the past and, why? Because I've talked to a couple different attorneys, but I'm just curious, how familiar are you with these kind of cases? And, maybe what have you done in the past that could give me some assurance?
Sure. So I've been representing lawyers for over 20 years. It's been a significant part of my practice during that entire time. I've been doing litigation for my entire career, over 25 years. So representing lawyers in these types of claims is, I guess you'd say, that's my wheelhouse. Now, I have not represented a lawyer that has the type of pension situation that you're looking at here, but that isn't unusual in these situations. I've represented every kind of lawyer. And one of the great things about what I do is it is a specialty, but it's a specialty with a great deal of factual uniqueness with each case. I've represented everything from criminal defense lawyers to plaintiffs, personal injury lawyers to ERISA lawyers, and in your case, a pension lawyer. So the thing I would ask you to think about, if you're concerned about my knowledge of pension law, is if you let's just take a 12-inch ruler and say that this 12-inch ruler represents all of labor and employment law.
Finish up what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My secretary is supposed to hold my calls. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
If this ruler were to represent all of labor and employment law, how much of that ruler would be pension law that's related to this particular case? I would say it's probably half an inch or less, right? I mean, it's just a small part of labor and employment law. But if you were to go hire a pension lawyer to try to defend this, my question to you is, this other ruler represents all of legal malpractice law. I know this entire ruler, and this entire ruler is relevant to our case, right? The whole thing. So that's my specialty. You and the expert we go hire to testify in the case about how you didn't make a mistake, you're going to be able to teach me this half inch of your ruler, because I'm smart enough to learn it. I know this other ruler from tip to tip, from end to end. And what you need is a legal malpractice lawyer. You don't need a pension lawyer to be your legal malpractice lawyer. You need a pension lawyer to be your expert witness, and a legal malpractice lawyer to handle the client.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bella, you got a quick phone call? It's Don Corleone, and he wants to make sure that you got his envelope.
Ooh, this sounds fun.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Bella's going to be right back.
Just keep the envelope sealed while I'm here, and you can look at them when I come.
Perfect.
Excellent job, Kim. Love it. We had an emergency for Gilbert.
Yes.
Yeah. So how about this? Derek, Nathan, or Thomas? Would either or any of the three of you want to jump into the role of participant today?
I'm happy to do that.
Who's that?
That was Thomas.
That was Tom.
Amazing. Tom.
Oh, Tom. Do you prefer Tom?
Yeah.
Well, either's fine.
Okay. Well,
So a quick question. That envelope isn't about as big as a horse head, is it?
I think it is. It might be Tom. So who would you like? Who would you like Bella Verita to be, Tom?
Oh, I see. This is my issue. So Bella is very wealthy, very well known, very to the point of, what do I want to say? Famous like a movie star kind of thing. So Bella walks into a room and it's like, there she is with $1 bazillion. Okay.
Yes, that's like kind of what happens anyway. Yeah.
Right.
So that's who. So she's like, super famous, super wealthy.
Right.
And then we're gonna take it in.
And do you want to know why I want to talk to her?
No. You're gonna just like take us in. And is this a first like immediate meeting, or
we have never met.
All right.
She knows me. She's heard of Adam, but she's never heard of me. Right. So she doesn't know me from Adam.
All right.
I'm just another person looking for something from her.
Yes.
All right. Well, you got to go take your seat over there, sugar baby.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sugar mama. Good.
Sugar baby. Bella, hi. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
These are always somewhat difficult arrangements, given your popularity out there, and I'm very sensitive to that.
Well, thank you.
I would, I'm introducing myself to you because I'd love to set a time with you at some point in the future when you're back here in Reno to talk about a couple of projects that I would be interested in, if you would be interested in providing equity for. These are real estate programs.
So you just, like everybody else, want me for my money.
Yep. It in a way, yes. And I apologize for that.
You're honest.
This is a little bit different in that we are looking to provide housing for people that are disenfranchised, but at the same time are working. So this isn't a complete creating a benefit for somebody these are for working class people, working class families, have jobs, but they're unable to afford, what you and I might consider to be normal attributes, safety for their home, and a place that's home that's relaxing and nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume that when you go home, it's kind of peaceful. At least some parts of your home, I would assume, are that way.
Most definitely.
And I'm sure there's been a time in your life where it's been more difficult. I know you've gained tremendous success, but my experience with people like yourself is it wasn't always that way. Am I sort of right there?
That's correct. Yes.
I mean, in terms of the difficulties, did you have a time in your life when there was some level of assistance provided, easy or overt?
Like, what do you mean? I'm not sure I understand the question.
Well, I'm asking if it's reasonable for me to assume that you can identify with people that are sort of disenfranchised. Have you had that experience in your life?
I don't know that I've had that experience personally. I've never been disenfranchised myself. But definitely, I think, my mom maybe was at one point, so maybe I've known people,
Sure.
But yeah.
It's an extraordinarily difficult position to be in. There's no question about that. But
yeah, so real quick in our final 10 seconds before I get interrupted by my sugar baby again.
yes,
What can I do for you? Where would you like to go from here?
I would love to spend some time with you when you're not occupied. We're not sitting in the middle of a room here at a party where everybody wants your attention. I'm grateful for the time you spent here. Perhaps I believe you're going to be here next month. Could I get in touch with your secretary and set a time where we could sit down and have a cup of coffee and we can talk through this a little bit more, and maybe there's something that I'm doing, works for you.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you so much.
Sugar mama?
Yeah, sugar baby.
Nobody's getting near your wallet. You better get off that phone call now. So excellent job, Tom. Thanks for jumping in. Great work. Excellent job, Belle. All right. So let's see what the judges have to say. Great job, Tom. Great job, Kim. Let's start with Nathan. 30 seconds of feedback, please. 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, and a score on a scale of 1 to 10, because as we rise up our scale of mastery, exponential increases begin. Right? Oprah Winfrey isn't just a little bit more influential than the next person. She's galactically more so. So, a 9.9 equals exponentially less than a 9.999. So let's drop in and see what Nathan had to say with regard to these fine folks. Let's start with Kim.
Yeah, so I like how Kim is very detailed orientated. He has a lot of information and background and history that he can draw upon, which I found very insightful and useful. I think one area of improvement that he could make would be maybe a little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more energy, maybe reorientate, especially if you're doing a lot of webcam work, maybe get the camera a little closer to you and, orientate the camera so we can see your eyes. Yes, exactly. But overall, I think, Kim, you've got a lot to offer and you're in a niche market. So I think you're doing good.
Excellent job. Wonderful. Your line.
And your score is?
Come on, Bella Rita.
I'm getting distracted by someone trying to hog all my space.
I would say Kim's got a strong 7.
Nice. And how about for Tom, Nathan?
So I think Tom's an engaging personality. I think that given more time to prep with a proper narrative, I would have been very impressed. I think with what he came up with, he's obviously freestyling on the fly, so he's doing the best with the material that he has, access to. Obviously, he's a successful individual, so I liked his personable style and approach to Bella's character. I think areas of improvement were maybe I think your close was good, but maybe summarizing your narrative in a more succinct way would be useful.
And your score for him is?
I would say 7.5 for Tom.
Nice. Excellent. Great feedback there, Nathan. How about Derek? Please, what'd you have for Kim?
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Nathan.
Hey, Kim, I believe Kim, because he's, professional, that's where he is. Very engaging. I just think just on Kim, I believe just the he's knowledgeable where he is, just the engaging part for me. Because I dealt with plenty of attorneys in my life on a good side, on a good note. But I just think just the engagement part, and I think I would have scored him an 8.
Nice.
Just on that, yes, just on that.
As
far as Thomas is concerned, I just think he just it's just short notice. I think he was engaging as well. I just think he just needed more time, and I would have scored him an 8 as well.
Nice, excellent feedback. Look at these amazing people.
Yeah.
So I think we should have some more fun today. We could either go in like the massive pre-hurricane surf, or do some more things with our friends.
I think we should invite them all and go surfing.
That would be perfect.
Yes.
All right.
But it might take them a minute to get here. So until they get here,
yes.
You have embarrassed me today by taking up my space, flirting with me, calling me your sugar mama, saying, hey, baby, to me on camera in front of all of these people. So I think it's time that we get you back.
Okay.
For all of this.
Yes. Bella Rita is delusional, but go ahead. Yes. Okay.
So what'd you say, Kim?
You look very embarrassed.
I look very embarrassed.
Thank you, Kim.
Yes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this sugar baby on the hot seat. Because Tom, you stepped in, took Gilbert's place as he had an emergency. So if you would like, you could set Sean up with any scenario that you wanted, and he would have to go from hello to yes on anything. So like the other day, he was Darth Vader and had to convince what was the Princess Padme why they should go to war. He has had to be President Trump convincing President Biden on why he should still build the wall. My personal favorite had to convince a very conservative New Jersey attorney on why he should go to Burning Man when he wouldn't even go to Burning Man himself. So those are just
and just yesterday, I had to be Axl Rose's personal assistant, and Axl was 2 hours late in Colombia because this person was actually Axl Rose's former assistant who wrote the book Welcome to My Jungle. And I had to convince Axl Rose to go on stage when he was saying absolutely no way, not happening ever.
Yeah. Which was absolutely phenomenally done. So, Mr. Tom, can you think of a scenario? Listen, and we really got to stump him this time.
Oh, you can stop.
Okay, let's go.
So this is what you're going to, and so are you convincing Bella? Who's your target person?
Anybody you choose.
Or are you talking to the camera and convincing us all?
No, it's going to be any person you would choose. It's like a one-on-one scenario, Tom.
Yeah, it could be you, it could be Derek, it could be him, it could be Nathan.
Could be you.
It could be me.
Got it. Okay, so why don't it'll be Derek.
Okay.
And you're going to convince Derek on the culinary awesomeness of lobster.
I love this man. You're evil and twisted, Tom. I like you. All right.
No, I got the idea from Darth Vader. It's like, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I love Tom. Tom's getting it. Like Tom's right at it. Okay, so awesome. So Derek.
I'm gonna go check some messages.
Now you've got 3 minutes to do this, right? You're a 3 minute. Is that it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. Hey, Derek, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. Like, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh, wow. I like watching football, basketball. I like meeting new people.
Cool. So you like watching sports, meeting people, like connecting. And what do you like doing when you watch sports? You like eating anything? Like what do you do while you're watching?
Oh yeah, I like pizza, fries. I like anything but seafood.
Amazing. I love it. So yeah. So what is it that you love about pizza and fries and all those?
Oh, pizza, the cheese, the pepperoni, the sausage, the crust. It's just amazing. I like the people around me. I like cheering for the sports. I just love it.
So I'm hearing you like, sort of fun food, rich food, wonderful people, just like galvanizing, tribally hanging out, like creating the camaraderie, socialization, to really just enjoy like the basic pleasures of being an American. Yes.
You can say that. You can say that. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So how would you put it? Like, what is it that you love about the food, the people, the stuff? Like, yeah.
I just love the comfort of the people. I enjoy company.
Okay. So, can I, awesome. I'm present to it. Can I share just a little bit about me and a thought?
Absolutely.
Okay. I love people having fun.
Yes.
I love to bring magic to people. And if I could give you a secret, pizza is my favorite food in the world.
Yes.
And I love wings. I love burgers. I am present to fun. I love sports. I was a Division I college baseball player. I got recruited to play D1 college football as well. And I am present to the magic of camaraderie of like being in the space and eating the stuff. Like, are you feeling that, Derek?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to tell you something crazy. I can't stand seafood. My parents would try to give me seafood. My grandparents try to give me seafood. I'm like, no way, no how.
Right.
But then one of my friends introduced something to me when I was down in Grand Cayman at the Ritz-Carlton. And it was pizza. And I don't know if you're going to believe this, because I can't stand seafood with lobster on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this pizza with lobster on it, and I love pepperoni pizza, I love meatball pizza, but that's it. I love like straight laced, very conservative eating habits. I'm like a texture. I don't even like spaghetti, and I've never drank coffee.
Okay.
But this pizza with lobster on, they fried it, right? It tasted nothing like lobster, but it tasted better than pepperoni, better than meatball, and it made the best pizza I've ever had. So I love to do, Derek, what I love to do for you, for your, like, your folks, your friends, because I'm really appreciative you come on the Real Raw today, is send you some pizza with lobster on it and some plain pizza. And if you don't prefer the pizza with lobster on it, please tell me it was the worst move ever, and tell the world never to associate with Sean Calgi ever. I stake everything on. If you try this, you will be blown away, and you will definitely not feel like you're eating seafood. How does that resonate or not for you?
It sounds awesome, but I'm not going to eat it.
Well, thank you, Derek. Awesome job. Tom, how'd I do?
I love that. That's great. That's great. You were very engaging. It was not about you. It really, you spent time, figuring out a little bit and asking, probing questions and making, your conversation about Derek and what he likes. That was lovely.
No, thank
Very
you,
nice.
Derek. How was great job, man? Thank you. How was that for you?
That was good. That was awesome. I mean, your listening skills is amazing. From the beginning from everybody, your listening skills, you took a piece of everything that we talked about today, and you kind of grouped it up into everything.
Wow.
I heard everything that everybody said. You kind of put it and directed it to me, and I heard all of it. Yes.
I appreciate that.
So I appreciate that.
Bill of Rita, you put me in the hot seat. You're over there playing video games or something.
I did. We're fresh out of a lobster, but I brought you a cardboard pretzel from Wawa.
Oh my goodness. I am super grateful for this. There's nothing better than a Wawa pretzel. And
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes. Amazing. So no,
that's a worst pretzel that has ever been put on the planet are Wawa pretzels. They're awful.
Why would you be killing Wawa on like national TV here? No. What did you think? How did I do in my Helodias?
You did absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to have lobster pizza for dinner now that I know it's your favorite.
All right, Derek, thanks so much for being the Real Raw today. How was your experience with us?
Oh, I think it was an awesome experience. I mean, me and Nathan met Holly, I think earlier today, about 12:30. And we got on this and it was a wonderful experience.
Thank you. There's more than 3,000 people have been participants and judged on the Real Raw since it's begun. Belle and I have worked with more than 2,000. It's been extraordinary. So wonderful job. And Nathan, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. How was your experience with us here?
Yeah, I really liked what you were doing at the end there. I could tell it had come with a lot of work. Like it takes work to do what you're doing effortlessly. So it's everything that I saw was calibrated. Yeah, it was interesting to watch your approach to it. So, and I just enjoyed all the other participants and judges as well. And it's always great to hang out with Derek. We're friends. So yeah, anytime.
Well, thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Really appreciate it. And you're right. It does. And the work, I had the privilege of owning a 125 person law firm and having 2 top 100 national jury verdicts out of 1.2 million attorneys in America between 2014 and 16. Only 2 did that. And I was the one that was blind. And it's not about me. It's about, there's a science to it. I've had the privilege of breaking sales records on Tony Robbins' stage. I'll be speaking on his stage for the 12th time coming up next Saturday. And there is a science to how we raise money, to how we go from hello to yes, how we create things in the world. And it's an integrous science. So Nathan, thank you for seeing that. Because Oprah Winfrey said, of course, the reason she's held the microphone for 30,000 people is because she said, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters. And Nathan, I see and hear you, and what you say matters as a person who really analyzes things at depth. And I appreciate you, and thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. Tom, great scenario. I love the fun energy, dude. Like you immediately jumped in, you're all over it. Like your listening runs deep as well, my friend. And so thank you. And how was your experience?
It's good. I try and, it was very engaging. I mean, your process to Derek was engaging and comfortable and believable, and it was engaging, even though we all knew what you were doing, right? It still worked so much more better than mine.
You did wonderfully, Tom. Thank you.
But it, the idea of walking into a room and asking somebody for money is a very difficult one, and this is why I'm here. And there's part of me that is so normal. The engagement's relatively easy, but when I want something, then I quickly get lost. So I didn't get that from you. You didn't get lost. In fact, you went all in and said, you can say horrible things about me, and but here, I'll send it to you. It's all on me. You take it, and it's, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If you don't, do these things. So it sounds like it's very impactful.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack, and I'll just leave this here, that the greatest destruction of our dreams is our survival brain, which is avoiding rejection, the story that we have of what rejection is, and failure. Those are 2 things, because primally, if we failed at something, if a shark fails at getting food, if somebody, 7,000 years ago was living in a cave and couldn't get food, they died, right? So the conservation of resources is our primal dynamic. And so we're still living that way to conserve our money, our time, our energy, right? And we're not built to thrive. And my God, if we get rejected, we get kicked out of the tribe, we fend for ourselves, we also die. So we're still not survival brain and million dynamics. I'll pause there. But Tom, thank you for seeing that. This is a great group, Bella. Really, and you could listen
They're
every
all
day.
my friends.
Yeah, they are your friends.
Yeah.
But we don't say the same thing every day, and we don't talk to. This is a very astute, deep listening, extraordinary group. So Tom, thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Kim, thank you so much for jumping in and for your beautiful work. And how was your time with us on the Real Raw?
Well, it was interesting. I enjoyed it. It shows that there are different skill sets that are closely related, but still translate differently in different formats. I mean, I don't think I have any top 2 or 3 recognized verdicts. I'm on the defense side, so of course my job is to keep the numbers small.
Yeah.
And I've had my fair share of jury trials. I speak at CLEs all the time in front of hundreds of lawyers, where I'm trying to share my wisdom. And you get on this Zoom call, which I've done millions of Zoom calls, but it's being broadcast, it's going to be on YouTube and all this stuff, and all of a sudden you get a little nervous. My speech teacher from college passed away this week, and what he was famous for teaching was room filling energy. And
Yes.
I heard in the feedback, I forgot the room filling energy when I
Yes, sir, brother.
first talk. So you learn as you go, and try to do it better next time. But I certainly enjoyed this experience. I look forward to getting a chance to do something similar again in the future. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you, Kim. And in honor, I'm sorry for the loss of your teacher. And in honor of your teacher, the first time I ever spoke on stage in front of 5,000 people, I hid, I shrunk. I did a nice job. I did a good job. And people patted me on the head and said, good work. And I didn't do a great job. I didn't do an outstanding job. And I certainly did not do a masterful job. But everybody's like, oh, really? Good job, man. Like, good job. You know, and I didn't fill the room with my energy. And then the second time, I touched every chair in the room, in a 5,000 person room, not every chair, the perimeter of every chair, especially the back row, touched the back of every single chair and said, I will fill this room, you know, later today with my energy all the way to the back row. And the results were exponentially different in terms of people stepping into their future, saying yes to, that was for Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership. And it was a mind-blowing day, but I agree with the wisdom of your great teacher, Kim, filling the room with our energy and varying it. Cause like, we don't want to take up all the space all the time, but like shrinking, expanding, shrinking, moving in, you know, like, right. That variance, Muhammad Ali, Martin Luther King, Ronald Reagan, you know, that Ellen DeGeneres, Robin Williams, people that have that energetic variance. So yes, Kim, I agree. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bella Rita, you're pretty awesome.
Well, thank you.
Final.
Final is, you know, I echo what Sean said. It's a very astute group. Just thank you all for being here, contributing to one another and joining us here today. We do have a lot of fun, but it is a very meaningful show. You know, every time you drop those magic moments, you know, I know that people get to take away something. And speaking of things to take away, is the team dropped in the chat for you a gift from my sugar baby over here, and
from Sugar Mama.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful gift because there is a formula. There are 4 steps, 4 energies, and 12 indispensable elements that everybody can master to be able to get from hello to yes as masterfully as Sean did. And in fact, you know, Tony Robbins said that there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy, and it is because of that formula. So definitely download that guide. Definitely continue on the journey with us, and I look forward to seeing you all again in the future.
Yeah, thank you all. Appreciate it. And this formula is about integrous influence, and it's also about what to do with it to create exponential acceleration, leverage, business ownership, and operatorship, and how to get ourselves to use it, dealing with our primal brain or fear of rejection and failure. And it's all right there. And when I graduated from law school and got my dream job, I thought, and realized very quickly that people there weren't very happy. And I realized that the world worked a lot differently than most people thought, saw, or believed. And I now know that's because we're all blind
and just learning to see.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Happy Fun Friday.